listen up. Y'all, it's the queen of automation, Meghan Donnelly, here to give you inspiration. Founders and business owners gather round. I'ma show you how to build systems that'll astound. Streamline your processes, no need for complicated.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the Queen of Automation podcast. I'm your host, Meghan Donnelly, and today I have with me Jacob Peggs. And this is so fantastic for me because we've kind of been circling each other on LinkedIn and following each other's content and commenting and talking to each other. And I kind of stalked him on Facebook and joined his group because I just love what he talks about. And it's been 2 years and I'm finally this is the first time we've actually met over Zoom. So it's really cool. We do have a very close inner circle of people that we both overlap with now. So I have a feeling this is going to be the first of many conversations. But we talk about all things operations, technology, systems, processes, and why all of this stuff is only good when it works. And what Jacob does is the thing that most founders and entrepreneurs only dream about, right? Because he walked away from a very successful agency. I think, at one point you had mentioned in some of your content, $500,000, $600,000 a year agency, right? He walks away from this very successful agency to something that just makes him feel good. That's the easiest way to put it, because the agency, while it was successful, and if you followed along at all, and I encourage you guys to go check out his LinkedIn content, go check him out on Instagram, YouTube, awesome videos, burnt out, right? That's the only word I can think of. And I know it's such a cliche word. Everybody talks about it, but it's a real freaking thing and it sucks. And I'm excited for him to be here because we're going to talk all about Modern Maker and how he's completely changed his model, right? One offer, one post, one email daily. That's it. And that is it, right? One. And yeah, you know what? I'm going to stop there. That's my intro. He's awesome. I'm going to let you say hi. Tell us where you're calling from. Tell us a little bit about you, who you are, what you're working on, obviously Modern Maker, and then let's just get into it because I have some really cool questions and let's break it down for the audience and tell them why your shit just works. It just works.
Well, thank you so much for having me. I always like geeking out with ops people and techie people and savvy because our jobs, I come from a software engineering background. Like you said, I was a musician once upon a time who discovered blockchain, and then my adventure into JavaScript and funnels and things started in London and the US and whatever. But it's always nowadays I've got to dumb down tech to founder speak, right? So it's always a pleasure to join these conversations where we can get a little more technical if we have to. But you pretty much nailed my story. It was more so running the agency, doing that. You did a great summary. So I'm just going to talk to the point of that realization of this is awesome, this is successful, but I wake up to this thing and I don't like it because fundamentally, it is cliche. Obviously, I was overworked and stressed and all of that. But at the core, I was I'm a musician at heart. I'm a creative at heart. I want to wake up and create art and create. But instead, I'm writing proposals and booking meetings and going on calls and going crazy, basically, doing nothing but creation. And that was what was bugging me, I think, at the core. And I went, what do I have to do? Because at the time I didn't have a daughter. Now I do, which signifies the root of that. I was like, what do I have to do as an engineer to not do anything, right? When you write code, you let the code do all the funky stuff. So what can I do over here with this really simple model, actually? Because LinkedIn and socials and all of that is much simpler than trying to stick JavaScript together to create a mobile app or whatever it was to get offline. And that's where the journey started. Modern Maker and all of that was fun, but it was, how can I play more music? How can I go for more runs? How can I be a more present dad when the baby's going to come? What have you got to do to put two and two together to make that? So that was the foundation of the new thing I now call the dad funnel,
Oh my God. This is the best too. He's switched it over to the dad funnel, which is amazing. Mom funnel, dad funnel. And what I love about your audience is it doesn't have to be the dad funnel, but that, you know, he's a new dad, and it's great. But it really is that, because you're building a lifestyle. That is the whole thing. And that is what people are not realizing. This, you know, leave corporate, go out on your own, this, you know, trend, right? Like I call it a trend, which it's not a trend. It's here to stay, right? Like people are enjoying this and they want to do it. The thing that they don't realize is that it very quickly becomes another job like you just left if you don't set it up correctly. Like if you don't set it up properly and really think about what you want your life to look like and then shape the business around your life, it's going to be the same cage that you just left, right? And it happens so fast too. I mean, I've had it, you know, like as an ops person and being able to do automations and AI and all this stuff and writing code and doing all of these things, like it's endless, right? Like we have these endless opportunities at our fingertips, and then you step back and you're like, whoa, what did I just build? Why did I build it this way? This is silly. Like the customer doesn't care about what I just built. And you stop and you're like, why did I just waste my time doing all of this? For what? Like for what end? Like it's kind of crazy. And what I love about what you do is that now it's kind of on rinse, recycle, repeat, right?
Yeah.
And I bet in your life, you probably have people like, oh my God, I don't care about your one document and your one, but like, I don't care. Stop talking about it. Right? But you know what? It freaking works. It freaking works. And everybody who sees you knows, oh, yeah, one document, one post, one email. Yep, got it. Like
Simple.
They know you for that, and they know what you're going to help them with. And take myself, right? Like I have a SaaS company and I'm working as a COO for Brand Built and all of these people and doing all of these things. But you know what? I was like, I want to put something at the top of my funnel. The first person I thought of was Jacob. And I was like, I'm going to go check out what he's doing right now and go check. And I know how to build a funnel. I know how to do, technically, all of the stuff that he's doing. But the way he talks about it and the way he presents it, even if you know, like you've been doing this for 20 plus years, it's just nice to have somebody to talk to and somebody in your corner, because we all second guess ourselves. We all think that, oh, well, I already know how to do that, so I don't need to talk to anybody. That's crap. Get your head out of your ass. Come on. Like, that's such crap. Like, everyone needs somebody to talk to. Like, you get lonely, you get bored, you get whatever.
I do this all the time.
Come on.
I do this all the time. I call fellow other nerds. I'm like, yo, this doesn't work, or this works. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what we have to have. So on this show, we talk about a lot about, and we were talking about it a little bit earlier, we talk about like that inner circle and growing that group of people that you, even if I hadn't asked you to come on the podcast, I would have felt comfortable reaching out to you and say, hey, I want 15 minutes of your time. Let's swap some info. I have questions for you. And we would have made it happen. You know, the same thing that's happened. That's how I got in with Nat Berman and Darren, right? It was, I joined their community because, you know, and then I started talking to them and helping them with ops. And now it's like this. Now I have this fantastic inner circle of people who I can call up when I need to call them up and talk to them, right? And I think too many people are so focused on the complexity. Yeah. Which is the reason you're here, because I want you to, we're going to do a breakdown for you guys. So I want you to be ready for it. We've decided we're going to do something. I don't know how we're going to do it, and I'm going to let Jacob take the lead and lead this, but we're going to just build something for you, like right here, the next 5 minutes. We're literally going to give you the keys and show you how to build this thing, show you how to drive, whatever, because it's that easy. And all of you who are overthinking and going crazy, overthinking all of the complexity. And you're probably all sitting there, Megan, you have a CRM problem. Yeah, I do. But you know what? The CRM is supposed to help you, not make your life harder. Like, so yes, the CRM is there as a tool to help you. But if you already have a crappy system or process to begin with, or a crappy funnel, and it's overcomplicated, all the CRM or AI or anything like that is just going to amplify it and make it worse. Yeah. Anyway, I digress. So let's build something. Let's show them what you're all about and why it works. Can we?
Yeah, absolutely. I think for me, and maybe it is me embracing early parenthood, but I'm like, I just doodle stuff on a Remarkable or on an iPad. I think for today, we'll just use our imagination. But I have a little picture for us here to show something, but all of us understand funnels. We understand technology. We understand all of that. What the key fundamental thing for me where I always tell it, like, if a 5-year-old can get this, then we're in a winning position, because usually people that are not like us, that are founders, don't get any of this stuff, right?
I use my mom. My mom is in her mid-70s, and she's my beta tester. She QAs all of my new stuff. If my mom can get from point A to point B and understand it, or even maybe not necessarily understand all of the business stuff, but if she can use it from a usability standpoint, then I'm good. Done.
So I think that at heart is the reason why I always show, I call this the $1 million doodle, right? It's hand drawn on purpose.
I love your doodles. Yes.
On the left, we've got Hell Island.
Oh, so cute.
And Heaven Island. And this stuff is bad. I don't like it. This is overworked.
It's so good.
Or I can't get clients or whatever. And on this side, we're eating watermelon. There's butterflies. There's trees. There's, time to do whatever we want. And in the middle, we got these 3 steps, and that's our funnel, right? That's what we're going to build right now. And at the core, like, and if your mom can understand this doodle, we've won today. Like, that's the only thing we got to understand in this build, which is me having thoughts going, everybody on LinkedIn, on socials going, you got to get traffic, man. You got to build a brand. You got to do this. I'm like, wait a sec. I can do all of that. It's cool. What if I have an offer first? Go the other way around. Forget traffic. Forget the funnel for a minute. If we build an offer that just converts, and then we go to the funnel, and then we go to traffic, doesn't life get so much easier when we just know once you get to the door, it's more likely to be a yes than
this
struggle.
Is what you're going to sell? Yeah.
And this is what I always build with people with that doodle, because I'm like, the first thing we got to conceptualize, we understand sales, we understand ops, we understand all of that, is a journey is just a series of easy yeses. And it's the same thing when you get on a sales call. What do? You ask someone where their current situation is, and they spit out Hell Island in our doodle. And then you ask, where do you want to go? And they spit out Heaven Island. And then you go, well, here's how we're going to get there. And then you spit out those 3 steps, which is the bridge between Hell and Heaven Island, which is your offer. So then I started going, I don't want to do these sales calls. I want to engineer. They suck, right? I don't want to be on here all day. I want to be out there making whatever it is, playing with Play-Doh. So how we build the offer in my mind was like, okay, I'm good at closing deals. But what was it about those deals? Like, having done 1,500 of them, I went, this is a funnel in itself. Hold on a minute. You ask them where they are. You ask them where they want to go. You ask them if they have any objections. And then you mention the price, and they either say yes, and you give them a payment link, or they say no, and you do this ninja objection handling bit where you're like, maybe I can save this. But at the core of it, you've made what I call the 3 Ps. So I said, if I can grab these 3 Ps and put them in text format in the right order, we already know what these things are. We've done them a million times. We just haven't put them in the right order. Then we get a yes. So I was like, okay, what are these 3 Ps? What's going on? Number 1 is the promise. I want to tell you what I promise you I'm going to do. And, we've read the Hormozy books. We've read all these other books, like crazy, irresistible promises and offers. And I'm like, I don't want a crazy promise. I want a really small promise that is easy to keep and easy to buy into. So what if I go the other way?
I'm going to give you one. So as he's going through this, I'm going to jump in and give you examples. You know what my promise is? You know what? Working with us in choosing our software is going to get you 10 to 20 hours back every week. Done.
So what are you going to do with those 10 hours? You gain back, right? I would play more guitar. I would go running more. I would, whatever it is, and you're painting.
Go out to lunch. Sit on the beach. I don't care what you do, but you're going to get 10 or 15 hours back every week. Maybe up to 20 if you like more automation.
There you go. And we're on that right side going, yes, this is me. This is where I want to go. So if the promise is you're going to buy 10 to 15 hours a week, that is tangible. We can finger point to what we're going to do with it. And it is not a crazy, irresistible promise. It is a small promise that is easy to keep. And you might even go,
easy to get to.
Easy to get to, which is what we're going to do in the second P. But before we get to the second P, I've also learned that if you make the promise small enough, we got to phase it out, right? 15 hours for somebody might be crazy right now. It's like, no, I can't even catch a break to go to the toilet. 15 is too much. And you go, hold on a second, friend. Our second P we're going to build is the plan. So here's the plan. How are we going to get there? We have a bridge, usually 3 steps. The other people used to do is give you this entire list. It felt like, we're hiking somewhere in the Bahamas for the first time and there's a million turnings and I'm just like, losing my hair, going, I don't know where to go. So what do we do in copywriting? We future pace people. We go, first we're going to do this. Next, we're going to do this. Then we're going to do that. So first, next, then, 3 little pebbles. So the second P is the plan. So how are we going to save
Future
15...
Meghan really likes this.
Yeah, there you go. So Meghan, how are we going to... What's the plan to win back 15 hours a week?
Well, you start with the 3 things that entrepreneurs screw up. I think this is the 3 things that everybody screws up when they're starting a business, which is 1 is onboarding. Mm-hmm. And that can be both internal and external, but your onboarding of your current clients, because most of the time you can automate like 95% of the entire onboarding experience. So we fix your onboarding. Calendaring, everybody has a calendar, oh my God. I actually talked to someone the other day who has a Calendly link, but instead of sending Jacob the link to pick when the time is convenient for him, he schedules all of his sales calls manually so that he can put detailed custom notes into each one.
Just ask
everyone.
Oh my God. Yeah.
And there's and he's talking to 500 to 800 people a week, and I just kind of was like, for those of you who are only listening to the podcast, my mouth is on the floor, and I have this weird shock face. I honestly had to sit there and I couldn't respond for almost 2 minutes because I was like, do you know how much time you're waiting? What would you do? There's 10 hours right there. I was like, what? And then your billings and your payments systems. People still send manual payment links. Anyway, so there's all of this stuff is automated behind the scenes, right? And if you set it up to begin with, it's so much easier. You could get, I don't know. So those are the 3 things. Those are 3 tangible things. Beautiful. That what I like about doing the tangible things. When I looked at your document, what I loved about it is that, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention that. So I purchased his document because I was like, oh, I want to talk about this on the call. And it's the document of what he just said, and it gives you this blueprint of the 3 steps. We'll drop the link. You should buy it. It's awesome. Anyway, but what's great about it is each of those 3 things, even though they're tangible things, the 3 things that he's talking about need to be tangible. There has to be a measurable success outcome. So you can't just give 3 random things that you can't measure the success of, because then it won't work. Onboarding, obviously that's very vague. I have more details, right? I would put the details in there. I'm going to set up this, and this so that when it's successfully completed. That's 1. And then exactly. 2, same thing with the calendaring. When it's successfully completed, when you can send a link to someone, they book the time, and all of the notifications and the SMS messages and all of that's automated, and you don't ever have to look at it. You literally send 1 link, done. The 3rd one, the payments, again, the payments can either be on, the payment system is set up so that you are never manually sending, payment links. 90% of every link that you send would be automated. Yes, there's always an exception, right? You always have one-offs where you're sending links or contracts. But we can automate all of that for you so that you're not down in the weeds building custom, oh my God, for the love of all that is holy, stop building custom contracts for every single person you talk to.
I mean, just that sounds so painful. I don't understand that.
Yes, it sounds awful. Stop doing that.
Pretty much summed up what the plan is. So anyone who's having that thought, now knows exactly how we're going to save them 15 hours a week. In fact, that sounds like you'd save me like 50 hours a week or something. If I'm that
It's
person.
insane.
So now I'm starting to believe.
Think about your own business.
Yeah.
Think about your own business and think about, like, we always start with, so I have to share this with you. I created this time audit, and I'm actually going to share it with you because I would love to have a conversation with you on it, because I think it's something that I could put together with the offer that I'm creating with your program in this time audit, because they also don't know what they don't know. Entrepreneurs have no idea where they're wasting time. So I created this little, like, 7-question quiz where they answer it, we score it, and we tell them, oh, you need to work on admin. Oh, you need to work on leads. Oh, you need to work on that. And we tell them exactly what we're going to do in the next 14 days. Here's why. Here's where you scored. Boom. Done.
That's brilliant. So then you're basically diagnosing, and then they can go and...
Yeah, and then we're diagnosing it based on their answers, and then just giving them, like, you need to focus on lead generation. You need to focus on eliminating administrative tasks. Basically everything that we just said, but yeah, it's super fun.
So then, this is a really nice segue into the third and final P of this thing we've just built. Because we pretty much built your offer and I'm sold on it, right? Already. We didn't even talk price. Woo! But that's the third P, which is, now that I got a promise.
Yep.
I know the plan.
Yep.
Everyone can go in and do all this other stuff, but I've just trimmed it down to, now I have context, right, of where we're going. I know the promise. What we just have to do now is talk about the price, but in context to their present pain. So before we reveal it, we want to show this guy again and remind them of that dude who's sending 800 payment links per day, when he could be doing anything else.
Or he's got 14 different pieces of software running his business and he's trying to, like, zap them all together and, like, he doesn't know. I hear a lot about, I'm making money. Like, I'm doing really good, but I'm not sure
what's going on.
Which of the things is making me the most money? So I just keep doing it all because I can't track and tell what's. Oh, good Lord! Like,
so
and you have these looks of like, okay, so you can't track how you're making money, but you're making money. That's good. This is one of the greatest things about this funnel that he's talking about right now, though. It's so easy to track. This is why simple is better.
Yeah,
if you can't track what you're working on and measure the amount of success that you're getting from the thing that you're working on, stop working on it. Just stop. It's a waste of time. If you can't...
Absolutely.
It's not worth it if you can't measure the success.
But it's so good that you put it that way, because then once you've done what you just did and you get them to paint that pain, you go, what is the cost of you continuously doing that? And they start going, well, I'm not able to do that sales call, so that's $1,000 over there. I'm not able to do this, so that's another 500 over there. Blah. So they start spitting that out in their head. And then you go, well, for the price of, and I'm always a series of easy yes man. Instead of going, it's $1,000, I'll go, it's $250 per week for 4 weeks. Because human beings are trained to say yes to small numbers.
Wait for it. The price of $250 a month. You get an all-in-one digital transformation CRM. It does websites and funnels and calendaring, documents and contracts, invoices and payments, quizzes, funnels, all of the things that you need to run the operations of your business, $250 a month. And for $2,500, we'll set it up for you in 5 days.
Boom. What I've now gone in my head just for us to top this is $62 per week paid monthly. Just to go funnel mode, right? Or Google Doc mode. It's still $250, but the person reading the offer doc now has made that math, and they're going, so what is the cost of not having that? So that $250 buys me freedom, buys me family time, buys me all of that stuff.
Gives you that 15 hours. Yep. I feel like people don't realize, and I'm going to have Jacob tell you the story because I've read the story, but I want to have him tell you it, and he'll laugh when I tell him what story I want him to tell. People don't understand what 15 hours looks like. They really don't. It's a lot of time. It is a lot of freaking time. That's like a whole day of work. When you talk about that 4-hour work week, this thing is so totally possible. Like, it's so 15 hours is so much time. And people are thanking me all the time because they're like, I don't know what to do with this. Like, do whatever you want. Like, literally. Like,
Yeah.
or sell more. I don't care. Like, if you're a hustle bro and you want to be in there, do more of that. I don't care. Like, you literally can do whatever you want now. And the only thing I have to tell people is, but don't go touch anything that we just simplified, or don't go add another, like, staple on something else that's going to take away the time and make it. Don't do that. Like, do healthy things. Like, I don't know. I want you to tell the story. This was obviously before your beautiful daughter was born. I want you to tell the story, like the rags to riches story, and I'll tell you why. You posted about this again the other day, and I know you tell this story all the time, but I don't care. It's a true thing. Like, first of all, everything that we're saying, we didn't just like wake up one day and now like Jacob and Meghan are like, look at us, we're entrepreneurs, we did this thing, woo! Like, this is fantastic. It doesn't work that way. There are struggles, and we all go through it. And I want you to hear his because it tugs at the heartstrings, and it's the real reality of how we actually get there. The rock bottom of like, crap. Like, I don't want to do this anymore. How do I get out of it, right? And I won't say anymore. Do you know what story I'm talking about?
Is it the agency story? Because
it's the agency story, but you also talked about the living. I don't know if it was living in your car or like you know, like after you left the agency, and
Got it. So I mean, yeah, because I can go way back, but I won't. I'll come like fast forward to like 5 years where I quit my corporate job, had like $2,000 to my name, and this was. COVID had just hit, and I was in my now wife's attic with 5 pets, a laptop. You know, it was like this dusty little attic. And I was like, what the hell did you just do? Like, okay, the whole world's gone on lockdown. You want to go hustle mode, and you've decided
and now I'm stuck in an attic.
Stuck in an attic. I've got cold emails, DMs, sales calls. And $2,000 to my name. They've pretty much adopted me in this attic. My parents are in different cities. My dad's been diagnosed with like health issues and whatnot. And I'm like, I'm grateful to be saving to support, but I gotta now make some money. So I was doing the whole 12 to 16 hour days, doing like being a project manager, a salesman, doing my code to start like getting clients. Shit was just not working, right? As you learn to figure out. And you're like, I've got to do this thing. Sometimes 16 hours became 24 and this and that. And then eventually got a client, like we're trying everything. SEO, ads, cold, form, this, that, whatever. And I remember getting that first client and having to deliver and having to do all of that sales stuff again, over and over and over and over and over again. Got to the point where I went 2K, 4K, 10K month. And then I was like not sleeping from the amount of work now that I had to do. So I started hiring people to replace me, right? Hired a designer, hired a web developer. I was a developer myself, then started doing project management, sales. So fast forwarding had my first 350K a year, 500K a year. Team became 12 people. And I was leaving the room, right? And by this point, we've bought a house, you know, done all of that. So success on the outside is great. And I'm still not sleeping. I'm stressed. I get diagnosed with high blood pressure, take a pill for the rest of my life. I was 27, and I'm told people take these pills when they're like 50, 60 or whatever. Yeah. So I'm going,
that's a problem. Yeah.
This beast because the dollar sign overpowered family, overpowered anything. It was this, you know, high cortisol, high cholesterol, whatever you want to call it, where I would not eat, not sleep. I would literally hold myself, and it's embarrassing sometimes, to go to the toilet because I had so many Zoom calls stacked up. And I'd be like, oh my God, I just had a 50K day. Or when we close a deal for 120, 150K mobile app, I'd get the payment and then just dread delivering it. And I was just like in this zone of black eyes, this, that. I felt I was a warrior at endurance, like got this highest revenue paid year. As soon as the salaries were paid, I'm like, hold on a minute. What am I keeping here? What is all of this struggle? Like, I've just had an 100K month, but I'm keeping like 10K. Something's fundamentally wrong here because you got to outsource, you got to manage, you got to this, that. To the point where I lost my grandfather, and that was like a wake-up sign because I almost missed the funeral because of a sales call. Because I thought I got to pay salaries. These employees have kids, so on and so forth. I love them to bits. But I remember coming back going, this isn't for me. Like, I want to truly I'd rather make less money. I live in the Mediterranean. I haven't been to the beach in like 2 years by this time. The beach is a 20-minute drive from here, and I haven't left the room. We're planning to start a family, this and that. You're basically not going to be around. So it's time to listen. Yep. I always say there's a truck driver without any handbrakes, and then there's a hippie, old me with the long hair, pre-yesterday, right? And I'm going, you got to listen to this guy and be more like this Zen hippie dude who wants to play music. You've got the guitars on the wall and you're not playing them. Yeah. What do you have to do
what are you doing?
Not do what you're doing now? And my engineering brain story.
But it was so easy, right? We talked about this at the top of the hour. It's so easy to like build yourself this cage because on the outside, you're getting the accolades, you're getting the success. Like everybody's like patting you on the back, like this is amazing, good job. And it is it though? Like, is it really? Because at the end of the day, you could probably make the same amount of money spending half the time working and building a lifestyle by, you know what, I'm sorry. You can still have a small team and then use automation and AI to do the rest. And I do think that people need to have a small team, like 2 or 3, maybe 4 people total, because you should have people around you to talk to, right? Like that's what the inner circle is all about, right? Or peers at least. But you can do everything that he was doing now with all of these tools and systems when they're built correctly and appropriately.
Well, that's what blew my mind.
With half the people, half the people, half the time.
I mean, I work now.
How much do you really need to live?
Like my spend, which is ridiculous, and it's embarrassing the other way around now, is like I live on $300 to $400 per month of tool spend. And I have no team. Yep. I make triple the amount and I work 3 days a week. And I'm like, thank you, Zapier. Thank you, Loom. Thank you this. Thank you that. Like 5 tools that do what I need to do.
Insane because, and you're providing just as much value. The people that you're helping them build their lifestyle, right? Like, and it's the same with ours. We're helping people get this time back. We're pushing people to 3 to 4 day work weeks, right? I don't care if you want to work weekends and take Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off. I don't care what days of the week you work and how you do it. You can get there. Like, that's the whole point. And anyway, I feel like we've spoken a lot, but I want you to wrap up kind of after the 3 Ps, because I know we're a little over time, but that's okay. Wrap up those 3 Ps and then tell people, what do you do next, right? You go through, you get your 3 Ps, you've got it locked down, like it's nailed, like you've got your offer. Now what?
Yeah. Now that you've got your offer, you're way ahead of everyone else who's grabbing traffic and trying to do the stuff the other way. Now we're going to meet them halfway and build a funnel. But the funnel where, we got to get the engine going, right? Get all the nitty-gritty stuff working so you don't have to do it. People overcomplicate it. They're like, oh my God, I need to have 1 million tools and spend $5,000 a month on. No, you need a landing page that says your name and your email with a nice little hook that gives them something for either $5
book a call.
Book a call or whatever it is. And that's your funnel. That's your first ever funnel, right? Give me your name and I'll send you somewhere. It's either a video, it's either a call, it's either a welcome email. It doesn't matter what it is at the beginning. Mine for the longest time ever was Calendly. That was my funnel, right? Just book it.
Thank you for saying that. So for everybody out there, I'm a little older than Jacob, but I've been doing this for 20 years, and I need to tell you all something. Funnels are not new. In my early 20s, we were building funnels. They're not new. This is not a new concept that just came out in the last 5 or 10 years, and oh my God, it's this magical thing. It's been around forever. You send a link to someone to book on your calendar, that's funnel.
It's funnel.
Like a funnel is not, it's just getting someone from point A to point B to do the thing you want them to do. That's a funnel. At the end of the day, that's
me
it.
Here. I'm here because of that funnel.
Calendly link right there. He sent a Calendly link to people and had conversations.
Yeah. The other
Anyway,
thing I did for the longest time ever, there's Stan Store, there's Gumroad, there's all these tools now that are free that for me was like, if you give me your email, I'm going to use Gumroad to just give you something for free. And I'm going to collect your email.
Yep.
That's the funnel.
Here's this thing. Yeah.
Here's this thing. And it was usually a YouTube video or something, like a PDF. It doesn't matter. But now I start collecting emails. So now that we have a funnel and we've got an offer, right? We plug that Google Doc offer inside the asset. So if it's a YouTube video, give me the Google link. If it's a PDF on the last page, tell me to click to go to the Google Doc offer we just built. So now that I have a funnel and an offer that people say yes to, the last remaining part is I forget about this technical stuff that I just built. And I go in my creator's seat and I sit there and I create traffic. I write content organically and point people to that.
Create videos, it's great.
Yeah. And my job every day is I make one offer online. I write a LinkedIn post and I say, P.S., click visit my website above, and you're going to go to my funnel, right? And that's it. I made the offer online. Super easy. It might be an Instagram story. I'll say, comment a keyword. I'm going to send you to the same website that is 5 years old now or something. Same link, same email. And then on that email now, I'm going to make you an offer. I'm going to say, buy this small thing, digital product, or buy this big thing. Either, my coaching, my this, my that. I don't do calls, but it could be book a call if you do the calls. But now that you've got a funnel and an offer, all you have to do is focus on writing good content. I just say at the intersection of who you are and what you do. So what did you do today? What did you do last week, last month, last year? And who are you? What do you like? What are your hobbies, your interests, your values? And somewhere there, you design the moment where people say yes. And they click and they visit. And then they say yes and they buy.
And I want to blow everyone's minds. I'm going to blow everybody's minds right now. For the people who don't know who Jacob is, I want you to tell them what that low ticket thing costs. Anything, whatever the thing is, whatever the offer document, whatever it is, tell them what it costs, because this is mind-blowing to me. This is how many people are actually like paying attention and need the help, because it only costs
$9.
Come on. $9, and he just did $9,000. Like, no, like, come on, people. Like, it's helping massive amounts of people, because these people just need to help. They just need help. They need guidance to get started. And that's what you're giving them.
That's
and then later on, you can hopefully charge them more. Obviously the big ticket clients are not coming in on a $9 offer, but maybe they are. You don't know. You have no idea where these people are coming from.
And I mean, my little secret, let's say, that is not a secret, is many creators or business owners create products that are not linked to their core offer. For me, once you learn how to write a Google Doc, that's the first phase of working with me in a different proximity. But when they do that, they go, but what's the next? What do I do with it? Right? You also asked, you're like, now that I got this, the 3 Ps, what's next? And that is the magic trick where a lot of people go wrong. If there is a straight line between your content that provides context to get in the funnel, and the funnel provides more context to that offer, you get more sales. So I always leave people with content plus context equals sales. The golden equation to get people from Hell Island to Heaven Island.
Boom! That is the perfect place to end this conversation, because there's nothing else to say. Keep it simple. Go out on LinkedIn, follow Jacob's content, go find him on Instagram, on YouTube. Is there anywhere else that you want people to go to if they want to try to find you? Are those the 3 best places?
Yeah.
We'll drop those in the show notes so that people can click, like one-click link. We're going to drop his offer link in there as well, because I really think that if you are struggling to find... It's even if it's not your core revenue channel, because I've known Jacob, like I said, for a little while, and I know he has multiple revenue channels, right? As we all do eventually after we get into this thing. This is a really good way to add another channel of revenue to whatever it is that you're doing and offering. But please go out and talk to him. Go check out his content. Look at what he's doing. And we'll drop all his information in the show notes so that you guys can click and find them easily. And remember, everybody, technology, systems, operations, funnels, all of these things, digital transformation, whatever you want to call it, all of these things are only good when they work. And hopefully today was another way of helping you make something new work inside your business, build a lifestyle that you love. Bye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye, Jacob.